YouTube, it's me, it's the man who likes variety, dropping a fresh VID for you today. And the topic for today must be the No Mercy pay-per-view that happened last night. But I'm not going to bother running down the whole card. Instead, I'm going to talk about the three matches that give me the most to talk about, and where we go from here, and what I think WWE did well and did poorly. Uh, let's start with the obvious one, the Finn Balor Bray Wyatt match. There's nothing left in this feud. There's nowhere else to go. There's no way either superstar could be more elevated. And plus, we need to address the giant 600-pound elephant in the room. And that's the fact that Finn Balor, a man who was your initial Universal Champion, lost the title due to an injury, and then hasn't been given a rematch, which he's due, in my opinion. Instead, he's been relegated to the mid card, and I can't understand why, with the exception of one to two things. One, he was on the shelf for 8 months, give or take, and in that time, a lot of the landscape had changed. Brock Lesnar is Brock Lesnar, so he's a top draw, so it's going to be tough to get the title off of him if you're Finn Balor. The emergence of Braun Strowman is another thing that happened. The emergence of Samoa Joe into the main event scene also hurt Finn Balor's chances. And of course, Roman is being prepared to be the next top guy after Cena goes away. We'll get to that in a little bit, but that's a whole nother thing. All those things hurt. Plus, I believe that with the exception of Roman Reigns, there is a genuine fear by WWE executives after that big shoulder injury that Finn suffered, that if he were in the ring with Strowman, Joe, or Lesnar, they could legit break him in half. Because let's face facts, as good as Finn Balor is, and he is fantastic, don't get me wrong, still one of my favorite characters currently on the WWE roster at this moment, he's not exactly built like a guy who can take a lot of punishment and slams from the really big guys on the roster. Plus, does anyone really believe that if you put Finn Balor against Braun Strowman, against Brock Lesnar, that he could legit put up a good fight and tell the story of the smaller man taking the bigger guy down? I'm sure you could work it, but it's a stretch even for hardcore fans like me who are willing to suspend their disbelief. Nonetheless, I do believe, at least for the time being, there is spots for him in the Intercontinental division, so he could at least still be featured prominently while they begin to work out a spot for him. Or, God forbid, WWE have just a little bit of a glimmer of hope and put him with Anderson and Gallows, reforming the club in this expansion, and they proceed to rule the tag team division. But at least for the moment, that seems to be on lockdown by Rollins and Ambrose, and I don't see that changing anytime soon. So I guess for a moment, Finn Balor is stuck spinning his wheels. He needs to continue to win so we don't completely lose track of him. But I do think he deserves better, and I'm hoping that Vince McMahon will pop his head out of his butt, see it, and simply give the man what he's due. After all, when you drafted him, since you put the inaugural Universal title reign upon him, even if it ended due to circumstances beyond Finn's control, that tells me at one point you had high hopes and big plans for this man, and there's no reason to shy away from any of that because he still has a very bright future. So that's that match. Now we gotta talk about John Cena versus Roman Reigns. This was a much better match out of both guys than I was genuinely expecting. We saw all the spots we did, but they told the story in a way that each guy kept hitting the other with their best shots in new, creative, and high impact ways. And that really made both guys look good. Cena had a hell of a match, which we know he's capable of doing. Um, Roman, once again, delivered a solid match. And all the haters are going to say, yeah, but that's what they make Roman do. Let me explain something. Here is what this accomplished, because there are those online in the internet wrestling community that say that Roman Reigns beating John Cena accomplished nothing. I disagree. Unlike the previous big win for Roman, where they're trying to say, he retired The Undertaker and, beat Undertaker at Mania, the difference is Roman beat a shell of a man in an Undertaker body. That was not the Undertaker that nearly everybody else got at Mania for the better part of 20 plus years. I realize that Cena's best years of wrestling are well behind him, but as he showed in this match, he can still go, and whether we like it or not, and most of us are split one way or the other, Cena is the top guy. So by beating John Cena clean in the middle of the ring, you have legitimized Roman Reigns as the heir apparent to the WWE Empire. Now, do I think that's going to change his reaction tonight on Raw? No. People are going to do what they're going to do. But for all the people who are putting down Roman Reigns, he has given a fantastic effort, and at least he is smart enough to remember the oldest wrestling adage in the book. It is better to get a reaction, be it positive or negative, than no reaction at all. So he's capitalizing on that. He's beginning to develop his own charisma. And I just have to say that after that first Cena Reigns face-off leading up to this match, where I really believe that Roman was eviscerated for his lack of promo skills, he proceeded to improve on that and has started to come out of his shell and reveal that innate charisma that his supporters have always said existed, and it took till now for me to really see it, but it is there, and I believe that at this point they'll only begin to really work and polish Roman into an all-around guy that they can put on as the face of the company, and little by little, the fans will still boo him, but whether they boo or cheer, you don't know it, guys, but you're accepting him. So that is just what it is. Now we come to perhaps the biggest problem of the night. And other internet reviewers have said this already, so I'm kind of borrowing a page from them, but it is accurate. Excuse me for all the itches. The Braun Strowman Brock Lesnar match. Now, this was better in that it actually caused Lesnar to work and went longer than his matches have been going lately. Having said that, I do have a problem that Braun was in the Kimura for a long time and took one F5 and was done. Meanwhile, Lesnar took multiple running power slams, which is his move. And I understand, the champ can kick out of multiple moves. But if you really wanted to keep Braun Strowman strong, he needed to take multiple F5s, not unlike when Kane showed up at WrestleMania 14. It took 3 Undertaker Tombstone pile drivers to get and keep him down for 3 seconds. That should have happened to Braun Strowman, and then Lesnar could have got the hard-fought win. Now, do I have a problem that Braun Strowman didn't get the Universal title this time around? No. I think if you want to launch Braun Strowman as your next big monster, Give him the title on the biggest stage. Build him up to Mania. And continue to have him smash people. Continue to have him smash quality people. Don't just put jobbers. Don't feed the monster inferior food anymore. He wants the big stuff. He's ready to sit at the big boy table, and then he will feast on the carcasses of anyone who is not Brock Lesnar or perhaps Roman Reigns, because we've done that before, but he's beaten him too, so who knows. Have him continue to beat those people, and then at Mania, have him take the title off of Lesnar, and then, in my opinion, you've strapped a rocket to the moon. This pay-per-view in general, what was good was really good. What was bad was noticeably bad. I feel bad for Cesaro. I'm sure he's got some dental work in the future. You can't literally attempt to eat a ring post and show your teeth like that and not make a trip to the dentist the next day. I'm sure Abyss knows something about that from taking a kick from RVD and Impact. But that's neither here nor there. I would give this pay-per-view a C+ to B- grade. I can't really settle on one or the other. It is good solid matches for the most part. In particular, the tag team division, I was wowed by that match, man. I really want to see just how long Ambrose and Rollins can hold on to that title. But the three matches I talked about the most in this video were the most intriguing. There were ups and downs, more ups than downs. Those weaknesses that I mentioned in the main event are glaring, but fortunately they are fixable. Just a couple weeks of Strowman coming out there and dominating almost everybody, and you're easily right back in this position again where we're talking about a top contender. So I don't think any real harm was done, but you do have to go back and do a little bit of damage control tonight on Raw, and I'm hoping they fix that. What were your thoughts on No Mercy? Post down in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you like this video by The Wrestling Ranter, click that thumbs up. It really helps a lot. If you don't want to miss a video by The Wrestling Ranter, click that subscribe button and click the little bell icon to turn notifications on. That way you won't miss it whenever a new video of mine goes live. Ranter's going to get off the soapbox. I'll catch you guys later. Bye-bye.